Welcome to my November bullet journal, which was inspired by the trip that I took to New York City back in October. The landmarks in New York City were so amazing and inspiring, I just had to make a bullet journal for November featuring a couple of the landmarks so that I could just remember New York and share it with you. Of course, you can see here, this is one of the most iconic landmarks in New York City, the Statue of Liberty. We were able to see the Statue of Liberty twice, once at night when we took the Circle Line cruise, and once in the day from the Staten Island ferry. We didn't go over to the Statue of Liberty and on the island because we just didn't have time to do everything, but it was really phenomenal to see it. I hope you all have a chance to go to New York City one day if you're interested. Of course, there's so many places in the world that would be phenomenal to see. I would really love to hear in the comments some of the best places that you think I should see. I would love to travel. I haven't been outside the US much, but I would love to go, and I'm hoping to be able to do so in the next few years. So I would love to hear about some of the places that you have been and that have made a big difference in your life. One of the great things about New York City was getting around using the subway and the buses. And where I live, we have buses and we do have a train that goes through town, but we can't really get around day to day using our transportation system. You would have to live in just the right place and work in just the right place in order to get back and forth to work every day. So it was really refreshing being able to just choose a spot and look at the map and go on the subway or walk or use the buses and just go anywhere we wanted to within the city and even outside of the city as well. It really is a different lifestyle when you don't have to have a car at all versus when you are completely dependent on cars to get around from place to place. And I know that that varies a lot within the United States. We do have quite a few cities that you really don't need a car for, but outside of the big cities, people are very car dependent. So you can see I'm using the same green pen that I used for the Statue of Liberty for the rails going down to the subway, which was very common. There were quite a few places that had those green rails that also matched the copper from the Lady Liberty herself. One of the reasons that I was so excited to do a New York City calendar was because I had this idea of doing a map for the grid of the days of the week and of the month. So it is not exact, but I did put Central Park in the middle, and then I looked at the part of New York that was right around, and I certainly did not make it a perfect map. The Central Park is pretty much what Central Park is like to the best of my ability on giving a quick overview. And then up here you can see the docks where the Circle Line is, and there's an airplane museum. All along the waterfront there is a green grassy area that is park, which was really lovely, and we really enjoyed visiting the parks when we were in New York. Where we live, there is so much nature. We have lots of parks, and there's big trees all around us in the parks and out of the parks. Wherever you go, there's lots of nature. And so being amongst all these huge buildings in New York City was very different for us. And when we went to Central Park, it was so refreshing, and it was such a really special place to be. And we were realizing just how thankful we are for the nature that we have all around, because in New York City, it is gorgeous to have that big park, but we are so spoiled that everywhere we go, it's almost like a big park. The way that I made the calendar grid was supposed to emulate streets. So I used this purpley color for the asphalt. It's almost a gray, but almost a purple, and I really liked it for anything black that I didn't want to have too dark, and also for the streets. And then these little gray squares in and amongst these grid, those are supposed to be buildings. And so I just put random buildings in and out all around the different streets and the city blocks in order to make it feel like there was some buildings. I tried to make it not too busy by using a light color, and also by just putting a couple of buildings in each grid. You might notice that there's 8 squares across, and I just did that because I wanted to make the continuity so that New York continued on, since this is just a little corner of the city. I had so much fun doing this. I don't know if I have ever seen city streets used for calendar squares before, but I just thought it was a great idea, and I just think it's really fun. I have seen the Empire State Building on so many different TV shows and movies, and it's so iconic. I really wanted to see it. So, of course, the Empire State Building was on our list and a place that we went to, and we did go up at the top and look out across the view of New York City, and it was really cool. It was cloudy while we were up there, and then the clouds burned off, and it was just absolutely beautiful looking out across the city and across all of the bodies of water you can see from there. When I was up there, my heart was filled with so much gratitude, as it was during the entire trip, and so I really wanted to use the Empire State Building for my gratitude page. So here it is, a quick little simple Empire State Building. And then I've got my clouds that I'm drawing in, which I will use for my gratitudes later on during the month. So I thought I was done, and I started to do my flip through where I show you how things look, and I realized I really need to put some water up there so that it differentiates the water of the Hudson River from the city streets of New York. So I went back and I drew in a lot of blue. When I got near the discs, it made it easier for me to just lift the page up, which was easy to do because I used those Happy Planner discs. And then I finished it up with those long sweeping motions, and there it is. Journal complete. Passing past October, the Statue of Liberty. I had so much fun going places, going to New York. I wish you the opportunity to do the things you love, including going to the places that you want to go. I am grateful for you. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you next time.